So this video is how I string a basic feather racket. Alright, so we are here at a youth tournament, and I'm here with a stand where we have our stuff, so people are able to try and see them. But I'm also here to string rackets, and today I want to show you how we string a basic feather racket. So the first thing is approximately 10 meters of strings, and then basically you start from the top center here. There are kind of two grommets which are the center, and because I've done it so many times, I can see that it's this one where I pull it through here. So I always start with 2 strings, and then I basically do the 2 to the sides. Figure out that we need to have equal sides, so I want to have the stringing equal here in my hand, and then basically from here I pull all the way through. And now I made sure that my step 1 is a good start. So I actually like to pull the strings through the grommets without it being on the machine. So I take all the vertical strings first, slowly one by one. Alright, so this is my preparation here. You can see that I've almost done all the vertical strings. So I'm able to start in the machine. What I do here is to take the 2 center strings, put them on each side of the machine, make sure that we tighten it not too much, just so it supports here, and the same with these arms here at the side, making sure that it supports, so it's steady here on the machine. So the way I start, I take one of these and attach it to one of the center strings, and then I take the other side. This racket I want a 11 kilo, and from here I basically start. You can see now, lock it. So I usually do like 2 strings on one side and then I switch to the other one. So you can see now that I've done these 2, then I will move to the other side. And then basically I just keep on doing it from here. Now we have done we've started the stringing, and you can see some of the strings, they are kind of a half tension. So in my own head, I actually have like a small count. So it's like the first 2, 4, 6, 8. So we have done 8 strings on one side. So we are at number 9 and 10. And actually those 2 I usually do as double. So all the rest I've done as a kind of a single, but here I took 2 strings to do it at once. And of course, notice the grommets, the bigger ones are usually made for, that two strings can go through once we do kind of the horizontal strings. So that's why it's important to not move into this grommet, but into the double grommet, and the same here at the bottom, not move into the single grommet, but move into the double. So in my system here, I use 2 knots. You can use 4 as well, but I personally prefer to use 2. So that's also why it's important to have kind of, I actually don't know what the name of this one is, but actually instead of taking this kind of arm to lock the string, I use this and put it here. And it's very important that it's, when I have it here, that it's the right side that I kind of attach this one to. And then I can release the tension and it is still tight. So I always start on the other side, so opposite of this small little fancy thing. Moving on to my horizontal strings, I take the string, pull it through here, and then I count from the double string 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I actually put it into the 5th kind of hole from here. And then I basically go through, and of course it's important that I also on this side go through the same hole. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's this one, and then I can basically pull my strings through. Once I've started over here and made the first horizontal string, I always go upwards as a starting point. And then of course it's important, once we kind of do the horizontal strings, that they are always opposite of the one before. And it's always good to check before you kind of add the tension to the string if they are opposite, and I can see it looks like it. So now I have done my 3 strings that are going upwards in the racket. So it's actually time to kind of change, because I want to do the 3 strings on top here. Then actually I want to do all the bottom before moving up, finishing the top. So what's important here is kind of switching up with my tool. So I'll actually release the arm that I'm having here and add it to the vertical string, lock it, and then I can release this one, because then it's still strong. So that's actually kind of the tricky thing. Oh, one more thing, of course I need to release the tension. So I am releasing it here to add it up here on the horizontal string instead, and then I can release the tension, and that's kind of it. So that's how I switch. So once I've done the switch, it's actually fairly easy. It's just about, you know, getting through all this and all the way to the bottom. Some of the double grommets can be a bit difficult, so that's actually why I have this tool that I have here, where I actually push down the string, actually push fairly hard I would say, and then it's much easier to get it through, and then you can start there. So the last 2 I actually also string as double strings, and then it's time for the knot. And the way I do it a fairly easy way. You can see that I use the vertical string, I go down, up on the other side, and then I actually just put it through the loop, tighten, and then I do it 3 times. That's the second. And the third. So actually I can release here, and that's one side. And now I can move on. Alright, so we've reached all the way to the top here. The top, or the last 2 strings, I also do as a double. And from here you can see it's all kind of finished. We just need the knot, and it's the same as we have done at the bottom. Down on one side, up on the other, and then through the loop, And we do that 3 times, so that's the second. And that's basically it, so I can release these two. And then we have the tension here. All good. So the last thing is just adding our logo using the stencil here. There we go. Let it dry for a couple of seconds and then we're ready to roll. So this is how I string a basic feather racket. I hope you learned something from this video. So remember to like and subscribe, and then see you in the next video.